What's up, heathens? So this week, it's kind of been a Mormon-y themed week. Monday, we had why, Mormons have their crazy magical underwear. And then on the comments day, we had that one weird child's name that was actually a lake in the Book of Mormon.
Meet Repilian Cum. Born 8-3. We're in love. Okay. Not trying to make fun of a baby, but we Googled the name and it's a body of water in the Book of Mormon. They named the kid after a lake in the Book of Mormon, and like everybody's just going to be calling him Cum Boy.
And today you're going to get me explaining Mormonism in a very short amount of time. We're going to be calling this particular series of videos GE Explains. So today, GE explains the origins of Mormonism. Get your butt holders ready and hold on to your butts.
Engineer explains Mormonism.
Okay, so get this shit right. You got Joseph Smith, okay? I like how you changed position during the middle. Okay, yeah. So you got Joseph Smith, right? Motherfucker's up in New York, and he's got these special seer stones that allow him to find shit out in the wilderness, right?
Right.
So after he gets caught bullshitting people, he goes to court and he admits that he legit fools people with these goddamn seer stones.
Hashtag alternative facts.
Alternative facts. Mm-hmm. He admits that he's a fraud and everything like that. Right after this, he's like, oh, hey, I'll find a religion. Go out into the wilderness and I'll find a religion with these goddamn seer stones, right? So he goes out into the wilderness, finds everything. He convinces this old other fuck out there that, like, oh, hey, look, I found these stones, and now I can see them through this special hat. Okay?
He had a special hat?
Was
it a top hat?
I don't know if it was a top. It was like a special. It was a special setup.
Okay.
So that he could read these fucking stones. Okay. And he convinces this guy. Well, the guy writes it down as he's reading it, because of course he's illiterate as fuck.
Like Moses.
Yes. And so, like, the guy that's writing down all this shit goes to his wife and he's like, look, this guy over here has got these special seer stones, and he read off these golden tablets from Egypt that he found here because North Americans and shit, right?
Right.
Well, American Indians, what the fuck ever.
Ish.
And so the wife's like, are you fucking shitting me? You quit your job for this shit? Really? So she tears up everything, and then she's like, look, if he really read it, go back and tell him to read it again. So he goes back to Joseph Smith, and Joseph Smith's like, fuck. Okay, I can do it again. But it's going to be different. I'm going to read it, but it's going to be completely and utterly different.
But why was it different? Because he couldn't remember what he said the first time?
Well, of course, but in his delusional mind, he was like, look, I'm reading it, but it's going to be different because God's going to give it to me different or some kind of fucking shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So he reads it off again, and then boom, fucking Mormonism. That's legit. The story of Mormon, and then of course later he's killed by other Mormons because he tricked them into thinking like, oh look, God told me I can sleep with this 14-year-old. And they're like, I don't know, this seems shady. Hey, heathens! So, I made a little bit of a mistake there at the end of my Mormon explanation. Just to clarify, Joseph Smith died in a shootout while these people were, like, attacking the jail. See, the whole reason why he was in jail to begin with was that he ordered his, like, little legion or town or whatnot to destroy this one newspaper. Because this newspaper printed out one particular edition, the only edition of the newspaper, that called him out for polygamy. Basically, Joseph Smith was marrying the wives of his fellow Mormons. Now, in several instances, these Mormons were actually cucks, by the literal sense, because they were fine with Joseph Smith marrying their existing wives. A lot of times these wives would not sleep in Smith's home or with Smith or anything. I guess it was more of a spiritual marriage. But nonetheless, he had people destroy the newspaper and he got put in jail for it. Well, he surrendered himself to the authorities and they were in jail, and Then a whole bunch of people came to basically kill his ass, most likely for the polygamy. And they probably realized they were all cucks to begin with. So Joseph Smith was there in jail with his brother. His brother got shot in the face. There are varying accounts as to how Smith actually died. One account was that he fell from the second floor of the jailhouse and he died upon impact. Other reports say that he was alive when they propped him up next to a well and then they assembled a makeshift firing squad and then executed him there. Now, the more Mormon-y kind of explanations are that there was a thunder from above and it was divinely stopped from killing Smith right there, and the mob fled screaming, "The Mormons are coming!" Which there was no force nearby. But all in all, Smith was killed in that particular attack on the jailhouse. They said that he called out, "Oh Lord, my God!" And some people tried to attribute that to a Masonic distress call. I don't know who was going to catch him at the foot there. Maybe there were some Freemasons in the crowd that were trying to shoot him. I don't know. I hope you heathens had a really great time today. I know I had a lot of fun trying to come up with, the different origins and whatnot of Mormonism. So if you will, please hit that like button down below or hit subscribe if you like this kind of content. We also have a Patreon. If you would like to support us, go to patreon.com/godlessengineer and support us there. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens.